Howdy, howdy. What's going on? I think everything is working. I just had a somewhat of a glitch here. Excuse me. My headphones weren't working. I don't know what's going on. Tuesday at my house. What's everybody doing? This thing even freaking working. Yep. Let's see how we doing here. Howdy, Tom. What's going on? Yeah, that was a good meme show tonight. You're right. My sound working and everything. Let me do a little testy. Find it. Come on. Doesn't look like it's working. Oh, good there. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. On my end, it's not doing so well. I got some settings screwed up or something. Guess we'll find out if somebody comes in if I can hear them or not. What's up, Wendy? How you doing? Kicking it old school. Got the old condenser mic going tonight. I seen Travis was live. Travis was live, and somebody else was live. I don't remember who it was all of a sudden. Thanks, John. No link. Oh, yeah. I guess I need to do that, don't I? Thanks for reminding me. Let's see. Let's get that up there. There we go. Pin it to the top. There you go. I started a few minutes late just because of Destroyer's meme show. He usually runs, I don't know, he's usually about 8:45, and then I was goofing around with my settings, and of course they're not working right. Good times. So, yeah, I seen there was some other lives on for sure. Who is live right now? Make sure I'm not missing anything. Uh-oh, the dogs are going off. Looks like Limpy's live, Travis is live. I think that's it. So, yeah, just chilling in the basement. Excuse me, had a pretty good day today. Working on a Cummins electrical problem today. Tom, you work at a Chrysler dealership, don't you? Yes. 2004. Oh, brake lines, yuck. Do you replace very many of the engine control modules on the 6.7 Cummins? I've got one acting weird, and I did a bunch of tests, and it's telling me to replace the ECM. It won't crank, won't start, but intermittently it will crank and start, and then it dies. So I futzed around with that for a while today. No, okay. I was afraid of that. I've got some other stuff I want to do tomorrow because it's a work truck. It's really muddy and grimy under there. So I'm gonna take the connectors off. Well, I want to take the whole ECM off and see if I can get it cleaned up and see if that makes a difference. Because it acts like it's just losing connection somewhere. Howdy, Dan. How you doing? The meme show was good. I started my live a little late to make sure you guys got everything in. Check for loose pins. Yeah, that's what I was. That's the next thing I was going for sure. Thanks for stopping by, Dan, for sure. Yeah, it's kind of slow right at the moment. I got Tom in here. I needed to ask him some Chrysler questions anyway, so that was a good thing. Oh, Lord. I am feeling better today, though. That's a good thing. Howdy, Barrows. How you doing, bub? Check both connectors on the firewall. Got you. This one's weird. It has like a junction right above like where the intake and stuff is, and I know a lot of not like a normal bulkhead, and then the PCM's mounted down on the front of the engine on the bottom. It's kind of in a nasty spot. Howdy, John. What that was. My computer does some weird stuff. I really need to upgrade. I think I just need to buy me a laptop and get rid of this old PC that I've got. It's like an old school auction computer. It's about half crapped out. The fan freaks out every now and again, makes a bunch of noise. The car needs a little more wiring than a riding mower, yes. What are we up to in the garage? Well, I actually worked on the truck a little bit. I don't know if I'm I'm building an S10 with an LS. I don't know if you're real familiar with what I'm doing, but I put a lot of people probably haven't even seen that thing with the front end on it. The front end's been off for like a year, and so the front end's on it. Core support's in it. My brother gave me this big honking aluminum Griffin radiator, so we had to cut the crap out of the core support to get it to fit. Um, and then I started welding metal in the excuse me, started welding some metal in the quarter panels. They're real rusty. The bed sides rather, they're real rusty and crusty. So started cutting some metal out and putting in there. It looks crude as all get out, but my dad's a body man. He can straighten it out when it's done. Excuse me. I'll do all the rough work and let him do the finesse work at the end there. But it is running now. I got it running in 1st of November, I think it was. I'm going to build some exhaust. I'm actually going to do like a muffler comparison. I've got a set of glass packs, and then I've got a set of single chamber like Flowmaster copycats. Try those out and see what the difference in the sound. I've got a decimal meter and all that stuff. Figure that'd be a neat A/B test to do. Other than that, it's just kind of yucky weather. Luckily, I do have a little bit of heat in my garage, and someone take the shell off the tower and back it out and do the fan two in it. Hey Dan, what's up? The Danster is here. A recall replacing the double pump back to a single pump. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. The starter button on the floor is awesome. I am going to lead fill the body work. Yeah, that's one thing I want Dad to teach me how to do before it's too late. How many people here? Oh, that doesn't sound good, Dan. Yep, an old heavy duty floor switch. Yep. I remember when we had something my grandpa was wiring up. It's like fog lights or something, and he didn't have a fog light relay, so he used a Ford starter relay, you know, as a like a headlight relay. Big old clunk when it turned on, but worked. That's all we had. So yeah, I'm doing that. Hey Don, what's happening, brother man? A one-eyed cat is in the house. Except he has two eyes. Oh Lord. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, somebody a couple streets over, same thing happened. They found a odor coming from the house, and the owner and a couple of his animals in there. It's pretty gross. Thanks for putting the link up, Wendy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not right. They get hot, but I guess maybe because it was the draw was so low. I don't know. Actually, no, it wasn't a fog light. It was a big backup light that he had on the back of the van, like a big KC, highlight fog light that just aimed down. So when he backed up, he had a big work van, but nevertheless, it worked. Oh, he was only 31. Yeah, yeah. Cheers, cheers to our fallen for sure. Yeah, that's a sad way to go, especially as a young man. Hold on one second. Dog alert here. I heard somebody boop in there. Oh, it's Don. Hold on just a second. Howdy, Don.
Hello, Jason.
Can you hold the fork down for me for just a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me get these dogs.
Yeah, Dan, that about the upstairs neighbors, man, that's sad in so many levels. Uh, Curious who found him? Family? I don't know.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
How we doing?
Oh, just Dan's upstairs neighbor. Man, that just
Yeah,
31 years old.
that stinks, doesn't it?
Wow. Mental health.
Yeah, we had a guy about 2 blocks over, really older guy. I used to deliver his newspaper, and he evidently did himself in, and his animals didn't make it or anything. He was in there for a while. That was like last weekend. Heard all this stuff going, sirens and whatnot. I'm like, what in the hell's going on? Check this out. What we have in our showroom across the street. Let's see if I can get you. I don't know if you can see it real well. It's a Lamborghini. The picture's not very good, is it? Pretty cool car though. He said he wasn't going to start it today. We were just over there. The guy that owns our shop has a leasing company across the street. Oh shit, John's in here. Sorry, John. How long were you there?
Just hanging out.
Okay. I didn't hear the noise. It usually makes.
I was in here yesterday.
Yeah. I've been here since last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had us come over today because he was selling it, and the guy that wants to buy it wants to set the half-mile speed record. I guess they buy these Lamborghinis for like, I don't know, 150,000 or something, and then the guy's going to spend another 100 and something thousand to soup it up, and so we were getting the mileage off of it. I was hoping he was going to start it. He's like, I'm not going to start it today. We got to put a new battery in it, and so yeah.
It ain't the same if you can't hear him running.
I know. It's been there since I started working. I haven't seen it move. So, but evidently, I think it's next week they're gonna come pick it up. Like one of those big hauler things, So I was like, well, let me know when you start that thing up.
That Danny Boyd was talking about reminds me. A few years ago, I used to do inspections for mortgage companies.
Mm-hmm.
So when houses would get behind, or if they old people going to the nursing home and they're afraid that maybe they might stop paying their mortgage or something, all kinds of different reasons,
mm-hmm.
they would send over work order. So I went to this house. It was one of these, inspect, see if anybody's there, see if it's secure, see if utilities are on, whatever. And I said, well, nobody was there, but it said that I had permission to contact the neighbors, see if it was occupied. I go knock on the neighbor's door and says, oh, no, he shot himself and killed himself yesterday. I'm like, well, okay. So I reported that back to the bank. But yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah, that's definitely not a fun thing to find, huh?
No, neither was the person whose door I knocked on. It was somebody that burned me on buying that house. They should have bought it from me. One of my former clients.
Like, dang it.
I'm not gonna lie, that was disturbing too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But anyway.
I think that's peeling off the wall. Peeling off my backdrop thingy here.
Yes, Wendy, I'm going to be drying laundry until about December 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Ah. It's out, boys. You heard it here. Actually, we heard it last night.
Maybe.
Yeah, you said it was still, yeah.
Well, Dallas and I we got a really important meeting next week, and I will know which day next week here in the next day or two.
Okay.
And then we will have that, and then a couple other things, and then next week we should have everything done.
Get everything lined
up.
up. Yeah.
And then we'll announce December 30th.
The number comes out.
John's drying his laundry.
So we had to live on Friday. I had to find a place to put that paper up.
Yeah.
So I wrote something on the paper. There was something indeed I was on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said, we'll tell you what we have at PRI if we can. So I put something on the paper, but the paper was about 30, 40 feet behind me.
Oh, okay.
And I
It took
get a
me a half
message
hour
from-
to see that piece of paper. It was
I
back.
get a message from Wendy saying, "How do you zoom in on YouTube?"
Oh, was it when you guys were in your room doing the live? Like when Levo?
No, that was the day after.
Oh, okay, okay.
That was the day after.
I missed one of them. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't feeling well because I was going to PRI. I was going to go. I had my pass and everything, you know.
Oh man,
And
there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, I know. And
I tell you, you know what's ridiculous? When we went to PRI, there were more people trying to find Dallas and Polito and I, and Two Hacks and the other hack, Micah, and Clint Street Machines. Our delegation just kept getting bigger and bigger, and there were more people coming to join our delegation than visiting
awesome.
a lot of the booths.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I would have been doing if I knew you guys were there. I'd have been, you know.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Turbo Tom says that should be the biggest live. The best live was Friday night. Y'all missed it.
That's
I'm
when you
telling
were
you,
at
that was
the
a great
shop.
live.
Was that when you were at the
Yeah,
shop?
Travis
That
Bell's
was
shop.
cool.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Man, that guy has lived one of the coolest lives a car person can.
So he just does does he do all the movie car stuff? Is that what he
He
does?
does a lot of movie car stuff. Yeah.
I heard you guys were talking about, I think, generally and stuff, and
Uh-huh.
that would be neat.
Yeah, that I got more stuff we're working on doing with him.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
Great storyteller.
There's
Oh yeah.
There's a shop here in town. The guy builds Batman car replicas and AT van replicas. A-Team van replicas. Like, that's a Dodge, isn't it? The A-Team van, or is it a Chevy?
It's a GMC
Okay.
Bandura.
Yeah. So that's what he builds. Yeah, I'd like to get a hold of that guy and try and go do something with him one of these days.
You know the difference between a Chevrolet and a GMC, don't you?
GMC's got a mechanic coming.
GMC is the gay man Chevrolet. It's the stylish version.
It's the stylish. Yeah. It's the upscale.
That's it. We had a buddy of mine in high school.
What's
He
up,
bought a
Scarlet
GMC
4i?
He bought a GMC Acadia, and somebody said, "Well, what's the difference between that and a Trailblazer?" And one of my buddies didn't even blink. He said, "Oh yeah, that's the gay man Chevrolet." And he said that because my buddy Justin always wore real nice pants and shoes and everything. I'm telling you, I bet Justin did not own that another week before he got rid of it.
Wow, that's one of
It's
the worst.
serious.
That is one of the worst platforms that General Motors ever built, too. The Traverse and the Acadia. Oh, I hate those cars.
He traded that in for an Escalade probably not a week after that.
Good for him.
We'll see. Okay, it's worse than that. He had a GMC truck before that. It's a 3/4 ton diesel.
Spider.
And the funny thing about him is he was not known for working with his hands. Okay,
right.
he just was. So like, and I told him, I said, "You're the only guy I know that has a 3/4 ton diesel and has never hauled as much as a loaf of bread in the back of it." It's ridiculous. We used to give him a hard time about that.
Some guy was giving me shit one night. I was at the gas station getting diesel in the Dodge, and I didn't have a hitch in the back. I just had a pin. And he says, "I bet you never even tow anything with that son of a bitch." And I opened the back of the truck and I got the big weight distribution hitch from my camper. And I was like, "Yeah," I said, "I pull a 29 and a half foot camper, or sorry, 34 and a half foot camper with this thing."
Yeah.
I showed him a picture. He was like, "Dang!" like garage hands command.
There's people probably said about the CRV, and I pull a little enclosed with an engine and 2 transmissions in it and everything. I mean,
That thing's a beast.
If it
I
fits
pull a
around it-
Roadrunner with it.
What's happening, Spencer? How you doing, buddy? The best pictures though, when you got the lumber in that thing and your dog looks like
Yeah.
he's so pissed.
Oh, well, speaking of that, so today I go for lunch, And in my haste to get out, because I try not to dally getting out when I got the inside warm and got my dog in the car so I could close it up and lock him in there.
Right.
And then I parked out in front of the pizza joint and, I locked my key in. And it's very hard to do that in a Honda because it's not supposed to let you lock the door
while it's running.
Somehow I did it. And that's got to be... It's either the first or the second time I've ever done that in that thing.
Man, it's hit or miss on those things. We've had people do that all the time.
Well, anyway, I had a buddy of mine who he runs a record service, but I told him, I said, he had a driver that was just down the street and it was perfect. He gave me a lift. He said, oh, we don't want any money. We just want a laughing point. So he gave me a lift. I said, just give me a lift to get my key. He said, we can pop it with the long reach. I said, oh, no, there's no way. That dog will send back your long reach tool in pieces if you it'll never happen. Right? He said, even with you there? I said, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So
one of my daughter's friends was here. She was here over the holidays. She just bought this Civic, and I used to have a wrecker service, so I've got all the lockout tools.
Oh yeah.
And she locked her key in it. Dude, every time I would get in there and hit the unlock button, it would lock the door right back instantly. Like, I don't know what it was. She ended up having to drive like an hour to her house to get the other fob because I could not get this thing open. I was about to knock the window out of it. I was mad. Just smashed the window. Yeah.
Danny Boy just smashes the $20 quarter window. This doesn't have quarter windows on it.
No. That one's got.
Yeah, I need to put a key locker on it, but I have not.
My truck, my Dodge is good for that. So it's got a camper top on it, and in the top of it, there's like a tag, and I slid it's a key that won't start it; it'll only unlock it. So I got that guy stuffed in the back, so we can get into it if we lock it up.
That's why I like the Ford. It's got a code.
Yeah, on the door.
Yeah, I just leave the keys in it.
I had a Ford. I had a Ford before I had this one. Yeah, that was great. I just walk up, punch the code in it, and be done. But
you don't have to worry about losing your keys. They're on the floor. Just don't forget your number.
Right. Yeah, my wife's car, it's a Flex. We've had it for like 6 or 7 years, and it has that thing on the side. We didn't know what the code was. Well, it was a month or so ago, I got the owner's manual out because I was going to write down, I serviced it, and that card fell out with the number on it. I'm like, I have had this car this whole time.
Danny Boy, he wants a controller he can use from any phone to unlock. I wouldn't have that system for anything. Can you imagine the nightmare that will be when that takes a dump or when someone hacks it? I mean, you'd have a mess with your ignition for eternity.
Yeah.
Would never own that. Tell you what, though, I just reminded me, I had a client one time. I had to go out to his shop. And he, I know he's not watching. I can get away with this. He had this,
nobody watches me.
This story's terrible. So, I was, he just got split up from his wife, right? And this is, I don't know, maybe a year later, and I'm going over to look at this piece of real estate for him, and he had some other chick over there. I said, oh, yeah, this is the slump buster he's been telling me about. And anyway, he had said something, not realizing she was standing right behind him, that kind of made reference to that, right?
Right.
And, of course, she didn't take kindly to it, which, okay, this just took a hard left into Awkwardville. Glad it was him and not me, but I still felt bad for him. But I couldn't get out of there to let those two kill each other because she had parked behind me and locked her keys in the truck.
Oh,
so I'm like, man, this is bad.
This just took a really bad turn.
This is really bad. This is really bad. Huh? So us,
want to get away?
This is the only thing we could do.
Yeah.
I looked around in his shop because I'm like, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to turn into MacGyver real fast because I want to get out of here, right?
Yeah, right.
So I went in this shop and I found a chainsaw wedge, a steel chainsaw wedge, and a piece of, I don't know what it was, a brazen rod or something. And I did my own long reach work. We got right in there. Glorious sound of the power lock. Opened the door. I'm like, yeah, see you.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I
Yeah.
got out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, you knew the stuff was getting ready to hit the fan. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lordy, what did we miss here?
I don't know. Dan over here, he's still wanting to bust out the windows.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which one does the easiest and
You know,
cheapest?
You know, on a Chevette, they actually had exposed screws on the quarter glass.
Yeah,
You could remove the quarter
just take
glass.
the window off. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know some of those old like the G body cars where the window didn't have a frame; it was just a glass. I mean, you could literally pull that glass back far enough and just reach down and unlock the door without breaking the window. It was crazy. I mean, you probably screwed up how the window sealed up, but
Yeah. I don't know. Well, the big thing is a lot of thieves love to break into cars because people leave their guns in their cars instead of carrying them on their person.
yep.
Lots of people do that. I'm
I
telling you,
know.
that is the Walmart for thieves. People
Mhm.
leaving guns in their cars who don't want to carry them on their person.
Yep.
And where does 50% of your violent encounters happen? At the window of your car.
Yep.
And so where do you not want to leave your gun? In your
In
car.
your car. Yeah.
Anyway, I can say that it falls on deaf ears. I mean, if I were to poll my students right now, I would say that 90% of them probably at best have their gun in their car.
Yeah. I don't leave mine in the car, except when I'm at work because they don't want me having it inside. But other than that, yeah. But it's locked up.
Why do they have to know?
I don't know.
They don't
Yeah.
know what you have tattooed on your butt cheek. Why would they need
Right-
to know? What you
Right.
have in your home?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't. You need to ask those people.
Yeah, I know of 2 or 3 friends of mine that have had people, approach them at the car and literally like they, that's when they needed it. So, but yeah, it's you got to be responsible and not leave your shit in the car. That's for sure. All the new cars it won't work with new rolling security. Oh yeah, because they change all the time. Yeah.
I hate that immobilizer that Honda has, that anti-theft stuff.
Yeah.
Man, and I've read that you can bypass it and just wire around it, but I need to figure out how to do it because I hate that thing.
Yeah. Usually you've got to put a like a resistor in line or something like that.
GM was like that.
Yep. Yeah.
When I was at trade school, that was 2002. GM had come out with that. The resistor was in the key.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, there were 6 resistors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
exactly.
our teacher told us GM spent millions of dollars coming up with this. And they had 6 key blanks, and you had 6 resistors. Said, well, car thieves just figured out all we do is we just break the lock like we did before, but then we just carry all 6 resistor key blanks on a.
Yeah, they just hold them against the
and
bottom.
just once you break the lock, just jam in which one until it starts and stays running, and you're good to go.
Yep. They make a tool now that we can buy that has all that resistance in it. You just put it next to it and you just kind of dial it in and it's done. Scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think every car I have, because I have a Honda, a Ford, the Dodge. Yeah, they all have the we call it passive anti-theft, pass. What's up, Trav? How you doing, brother?
What's going on?
How's your life doing? I seen you out there futzing around in the driveway or in the carport, rather.
Yeah, I was in the carport. Yeah, it went all right.
Yeah. You were showing some wiring or something. That looked pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, I bought some weatherproof connectors.
got ya. Yeah, some weather packs. Yeah.
Yeah, they're an opera and a weather pack, but
Mhm.
they're. I was trying to figure out how to get them to hook up. It took forever. One of them just wouldn't go in there right.
Yeah.
Hey, so, but that's what I'm going to use for my dash.
Gotcha.
So I
Gotcha.
just have a plug there.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
If it doesn't take one of these keys, it's too complicated.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the push button style, like was in the Aspen. You flip two switches and you hit a button and it starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Not the new push buttons where you got to have the
Right.
key in the car, and probably like that's probably how your Jeep is, isn't it?
Yeah, Jeep's push button.
Mm-hmm.
Turbo Tom says, guy at the shop, guy next to me at the shop keeps his gun in his top drawer. Customer mover. Keep your gun in your holster. You are armed or you are not.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah, John. I went. What was it? Saturday to get my enhanced carry certificate.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. So Mississippi has the 2-tier permit, and so I'm a member of Virginia Citizens Defense League, an activism group in Virginia, and we discussed that very thing because Mississippi has the 2-tier permit, right? So you have the basic permit, and then you have the enhanced permit that allows you to carry in courthouses and most everywhere else, right?
Right.
We talked about it here and kind of figured that we wouldn't do a 2-tier permit in Virginia and instead fight for all the things that you guys are setting good precedents to have there, because that's the way it should be. You shouldn't have to have any permit.
Right.
If you're going to have a permit, you're either trusted or you're not. So we're thinking rather than keep going that way and putting more steps, to get your rights, you should have fewer. So that was kind of the way we went with it. But if I was in Mississippi, that's what I'd have.
Well, the reason I got it is because if I go to another state, they won't mess with me nearly as much as if I'm just constitutional carry.
Well, yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, we were making a lot of progress until about 2019, and then everything slowed down. So
Yeah.
we won't have another wave in the future.
We have no permit carry here in Ohio now. They just passed it in June. So, I have, permit, but yeah. It just scares me that there's people out there carrying that don't have any kind of formal training,
Well, okay. What should scare you more? How many cars do you pass on a 2-lane road every day?
Yeah.
And you don't know if they're drunk, high, idiots, nothing.
Yeah. On their
Some
phone.
of them have no license, nothing. And you never even give it a second thought that
Right.
you're going to pass this guy with a speed differential of 100, 120, 130 miles an hour. And all it takes is them doing that. And you're
Right.
in. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And so I would worry about that a whole lot more than somebody without adequate training having a firearm.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I was watching a debate. They were talking about, cars you have to have a license for, so you should have a license for, carry a gun. The guy's like, well, a lot of people that drive cars don't have a license. So what does that stop them?
Yeah, it doesn't, unfortunately.
So laws are only for law-abiding citizens. That's all they are. It's like a lock. A lock's there to keep honest people honest. That's all it's there for.
Well, driver's licenses never kept us from having bad drivers. Contractor's license has never kept us from having terrible work. The ASC has never weeded out the bad mechanics. And a concealed handgun permit is never going to keep the Barney Fifes out of carrying guns. So.
John makes a very valid point.
Very valid point, sir. Thank you. Yep, that was, yeah.
I'm a licensed roofer. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How much does any of that really mean?
Yeah, I've met way more master technicians in my life that couldn't change oil than,
A buddy of mine worked at one of these tire places here locally. And he said he came back from lunch one time, and he said there were 2 techs in there pulling their hair out trying to fix this Mustang that came in. And both of them were ASE.
I
Car was
know.
out of gas.
Yeah.
These guys have done everything.
What's
The
up,
car
JB?
without the gas. Look at the gas gauge. I mean,
Mhm.
I understand there's a lot of value in it, but the
Well,
basic thing-
isn't that the basic thing you look for a car? Spark, compression, and fuel.
air, fuel, and fire,
Air,
right?
fuel,
Right.
fire. Yeah.
If there's a bag over the carburetor, there's no gas in the tank. I mean, you just stop right there, right?
Yeah.
I think.
If somebody's old lady got pissed and pulled all the spark plug wires off, well, you know what's going on.
See, mine wouldn't pull them all off. She just rearrange them.
That's happened. Bring one in and it's run like crap, and you're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Oh, this guy pissed somebody off."
I'll tell you when we're going to see the peak of the stupid. The peak of the stupid is going to be we're going to walk in the shop and there's going to be some guy trying to pull codes, and we go around and lift the hood and there's no engine in the car. That's going to be when we know we've hit the critical mass of stupid.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a when I worked downtown, I worked in the city, in the bad part of the city, and there was a transmission shop next to us. And I can't tell you how many cars they had the columns peeled on that didn't have a transmission in them. They pull the transmission out, push them outside. Well, then people would climb the fence, and it was so bad. JB, you SOB, what are you doing, brother?
Danny Boyd's a rogue pizza man. Well, that's awesome.
JB's probably arguing with that machine shop guy again, isn't he? He did a hell of a job making that pulley adapter on that power steering pump. That was
Indeed.
man, I was mesmerized watching him turn that thing down on that lathe. I'm like, I gotta get me one of them things, That was the only lathe I've ever used as a brake drum lathe, I have made some parts on it before, though.
I know how to break bits on a lathe. Done that.
Yeah. Oh, he said fighting those dang headers again. Yeah.
I thought this was cool. I was riding around with Cope on Saturday, and he drive his daily driver. He runs his Precision Performance Products reverse manual shifter
Oh, wow.
in his daily.
Neat.
That truck was a 6-speed manual, and he puts a 4-speed automatic in it, but it's a reverse manual valve body with trans brake button and line lock button. But he uses them for the converter lock up and the reverse lights.
He just cruising around, huh?
So this guy's driving through downtown Chicago Christmas traffic, and that shifter, you don't hear it in a race car, but that truck is just like click, click,
Oh,
click,
yeah.
wake the dead. It's got that real loud gate on it. And he doesn't even think anything about it. I'm like, most people would never have, if he ever tried to sell that truck, somebody would, would burn his house down for not changing it.
What's up, dudes with wrenches? How you doing, man? Dudes with wrenches. That's him, yeah.
But that's a guy who lives his gimmick right there. See, he has total credibility selling his stuff.
Yeah. Whoops.
He drives it. His daily has got his valve body in it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Was that a Dodge?
Yeah, it's a big Dodge Cowboy Cadillac.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah.
We drove some of the Blues Brothers route and even drifted the same corner they did in that dually.
Yeah, you were talking about where you were under the L, and yeah.
Oh gosh.
I need to call him about this 480. What is it? 48 RE. I got in mind.
I think yours is a 48 RE. Yeah.
Because it's hunting for. It gets stuck in between. Excuse me. It gets stuck in between first and second gear, and I guess there's an upgraded governor pressure solenoid. There's like a manifold that goes in there. You got to upgrade it. I bet he would know. I should.
Yeah.
I should call him.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. The way you drive it. Yeah. Yeah, it hunts real bad for first and second gear sometimes. It drives me nuts.
Mm. Is that in your diesel?
Yeah, it's a diesel. Yes, it's a 5.9. It's the last 5.9 before they went to all the emission stuff. It's a 2000.
Yeah, so it's a 48 or
Yeah.
46 RH.
It's a 48 RE is what it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think the diesels had the RHs in them, which
Okay.
were the heavy, same transmission. They're just heavy duty.
Yeah, it's definitely heavy duty.
I don't think they made a 48 RH. They made a 46 RH, and that went.
Yeah, 46.
Maybe
Yeah,
it is.
The 48 is, man, that 48 is like a 6-pinion planetary. That's a heavy transmission, but I think you could only do it electronic.
It's a monster, and then the transfer case that's on the back of it is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, huge.
I'm looking for an 89 to 94 46 RH for the van to do
Okay.
towing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 4-speed automatic lockup converter, regular automatic shift, and that's going to be my tow rig.
Put a little gear in it, and then pull your trailer with it.
You got it. Might put about a 392 in it because with the overdrive.
What you do? You can turn it on.
I think
It cancels it out. You should be all right. Yeah.
got all my bibs in there, so the buckles are.
Yeah, you're fine. Hunter's trying to dry his bibs, and he's afraid the noise is going to bother you guys. I think it cancels it out usually.
Danny boy, the gear vendors is what is a gear vendors? Is it $2,000 or $3,000
Bag of quarters in there.
pre-inflation price?
I think they're 25 or so.
Right, but you can do that 46 or 48, 46 RH, 48 RE. You can do that for a lot less, and then you've got your overdrive.
Yeah.
You do that with a good valve body and a good converter. Much better solution, in my opinion. Besides, how you going to split all those gears?
Yeah.
Because to split them all, you got to shift and hit the gear vendors together.
Yeah, it's a 48 RE.
Okay. Mine is a 48 RE. Hunter
Yeah.
just looked it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, gear vendors /3. Yeah, exactly. They're cool. They're real cool.
So you get yourself a nag 1 and then put the gear vendor behind it. So you have 10 gears.
You can, but then you got to shift the transmission to gear vendors at the same time to split them all.
Yep.
So really, all you're using the gear vendors for is for a planetary overdrive, right?
Another planetary, yeah, on the end of
Well,
it.
that's the same thing as having the 48 RE or the 58 tick. It's the same thing. That's a planetary overdrive.
Yeah, because they just put that on the back of it.
Yeah.
They did, but when they did it, this is the part that sucks. When they did, they made the case a little bit wider.
Mm-hmm.
The case is only like an inch wider in the back. Well, now what that means is you can only run that case with it. It's like you can't get the benefit.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't get the benefits of the beefier case with a regular extension housing,
Right.
and you can't put the overdrive on the older case.
I think
They
our
only
Dakota
go
had
together.
our Dakota had some weird transmission that had that
Yes,
extra. Yeah.
right. But I wish they had. See, what I wish they had done is use the factory case, and then instead of having that support for the output shaft,
Right.
they could take that out and put some kind of rollarized support in there, and then put the planetary on the back of that.
Yeah.
If they'd done that, now you'd have the beefier case available for all your race applications.
Yep. And you just take that
Or
extra
you-
planetary off.
Or you could stick your overdrive on your old case or whatever, but they didn't. They actually made the case wider. So it's something I'm sure they weren't thinking about cool race applications when it became 30 and 40-year-old junk, but
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Said they're very strong.
Yes. Yeah, they are.
Old twin stick road tractor. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing- It seems like it would take a long time to make up that money in gas. But you would save with the gear vendor. Or we're doing like a 518 or something.
Yeah.
I would do the 518, 46 RH, 48 RE. I do that all day over.
The transmission that's in that truck is a one big heavy son of a gun. I can tell you that much. That thing's got like half-inch cooler lines on it. I mean, this thing is ridiculous. Yeah.
Wow. Dallas put this big transmission cooler in his Suburban last week.
Mm-hmm.
Thing looks like an air conditioning condenser. Seriously, you
That son of a
think
bitch will never get warm.
you think that's what it is when you're looking at it.
Does it have its own fans?
No, I think he still uses fans on the other side of it, but it is
Oh,
huge.
okay.
Why would you need a fan? I mean, it takes, about 3 days for the fluid to get all the way through.
Yeah. Holds about 9 quarts.
Yeah, that's a big cooler.
This one's weird too. It has like so it comes out of the transmission and it goes up on like where the bell housing and the block is on the top. There's this little bitty cooler. It goes through that, and then it goes up to the radiator. The one in front of the radiator. It's really strange how this thing's set up.
406.
It was a big TCI cooler I put on my Dark Swinger. That thing was massive,
Yeah.
and I was trying to overbuild it because I figured that'll handle any converter I ever want to put on this thing, right?
Right.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, my uncle used to work in AC, and he would bring home small condensers. They were like probably 6 inches tall, maybe 24 inches wide, and he'd clean them up and he'd sell them as transmission coolers. Guys stick their lines on it and just go.
Hey, Don,
Yeah.
where are your laundry baskets?
My laundry baskets.
Uh-oh.
Yes. You always have 3 to 4 on the left-hand side over there by your coat rack. And I don't see them today. I'm worried about them.
Oh, that's laundry's folded. It went upstairs.
I'm worried about 'em.
See, I get asked about this orange paper all the time. You should get asked about your laundry baskets all the time.
Fair enough. Well, I needed that end of the table for rifle season. So
There you go. Yeah. Full of deer meat.
yeah, you ought to check the postman in the next couple of days, Jason.
Okay. Gotcha. I appreciate it.
So John, when does the camouflage come off the paper?
You missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss it?
Yeah.
Dallas and I have got a meeting next week to get everything with all necessary third parties tied up and provided everything as it should. We should announce on December 30th. We may
Okay.
actually go. We may December 23rd. So it'll be one of those 2 Fridays, likely.
All right.
So it'll be the Friday before Christmas or Friday before New Year's.
That's it.
It's like we
Won't
all
be
want
this
to,
Friday. Won't be
we
this
all
Friday.
wanted to see the number, but we all don't want to see the number.
When did you announce it last year? It was in January, wasn't it, last year?
Well, yeah, we were supposed to announce it. I gave a save the date on New Year's Eve, but we actually announced the event on January 11th.
Gotcha. Yes.
So
Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. I got a Christmas card from Levi.
from
nice.
Levi,
Yeah, from Levi. Levi and Brooke sent me a Christmas card.
Cool.
Isn't that nice? Yeah. He sent me some stickers too, which he sends me stickers all the time. But yeah.
so you know Max Wedge, Dick Dastardly, Rich Rusnick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he has a sticker.
Oh wow. Wow. Max Wedge of Doom. Yeah, that's cool.
That's
That
it.
is cool.
He sent me that. I have something that I need for my little studio remodel here that I paid for 4 months ago or better. And I texted a guy at the sign shop. I said, hey, man, that thing you're working on, I was pretending like they're actually working on it. But I was trying to be kind.
That was a hint, wasn't it?
I said, hey, man, that thing you're working on, I said, it would be nice to have that here pretty soon. I got a read receipt and nothing.
Nothing, huh?
But that's what I'm waiting for because I need that to finish this because this is really starting to look really ghetto back here. It's, I mean, I really want to make it look nicer, and I
I'll tell you
need
who
that.
kicked my ass. I'm doing this LS swap Jeep. I bought that Novak kit at work, and the day I started working there, I pulled the engine out, the transmission out, got everything swapped around. I sent the seats out to the upholsterer. Those guys are kicking our ass. Like, I need to get this car. I'm supposed to deliver this car before Christmas. It's a Christmas gift for this client's daughter.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Oh.
finally today, the guy calls me and says, "Hey, your boss has been bugging the shit out of me about these seats, and they're done." I'm like, "When did you get them done?" He's like, "Last night." I'm like, "Okay." And it was about 3 times the amount that he initially told us it was going to be. But he did a hell of a job on them. So
well, as long as he did good work.
I've been waiting on these seats. Like, I have literally the Jeep's been sitting for about a month. Like, it's done. It's running. It's driving. All the wiring's done. All the gauges are hooked up. Like, I was waiting to put the carpet in until I got the seats to know what was going on. But man, they just don't get it. Problem is, there's none of those guys around anymore. It used to be upholstery shops everywhere. Now there's like one here in Dayton.
You know what? If the world was on fire and the only boat was in the body shop, we would all be dead.
Yes, you're
I
right.
mean, there are some people
I know.
that there is absolutely no sense of urgency.
Well, I was born and bred by a body man, so I can tell you exactly.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know
yeah.
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. So, yep. I get where you're coming from on that one for sure. Hunter's here, but he's on his phone. He could actually say hi to everybody. He's back from Montana. Oh shit! Shit! Son of a!
So yeah,
I've got
same
Tony's fucking syndrome. I touched the camera.
Same thing happens when I look in the mirror.
Can you guys still hear me though?
Yeah, you're still here.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can get this back on.
No, we didn't hear you ask if
Oh.
we can still hear you.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we still do hear you.
Look at that. That's the
Hey, you
dirty
know that-
hippies kid.
Yeah.
Look at that big split there between the paneling and that backdrop.
Oh,
You know,
it's beautifully
if you-
Oh
filmed.
no! Look.
If you did it on one
It's
screen,
showing
it
you
would
a
look
little
like you're in 2 different places.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
There's a big hole in the wall there where that thing fell over.
Some old drunk dude. fell
Some
over
drunk
down
guy
here.
might have fell into it at one point in time.
I hate when that
Oh
happens.
my gosh, you just showed us what's behind the facade there, man.
Oh
That was scary.
Yeah, there's a mattress against the wall here. I'm in the
Oh my
basement.
God.
I'm in the basement of my
Man. That looked like Silence of the Lambs when you went over there for a minute. You shouldn't do
Yeah, the
that.
lighting too.
And then, like, behind my screen here is a futon bed with all the kids' Christmas stuff on it. So yeah,
You're gonna pay him back over there, and he's gonna have a wicker basket with lotion.
We're close to the gun safe, though. We're good. Yeah, it's funny how you can make this little area look really, really nice, and then you paint it like, oh god, that house is all messed up. But it happens. We're in the
It's
basement.
lived in.
Not a living space, basically.
Yeah, this is definitely not a living space. Yeah.
This is a painted floor basement.
Oh man, Travis is one big boom of thunder, and I'm in the dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do. We do have some storms coming. Well, I'll get them before you guys do, but we're supposed to get this weird warm front coming through. Let me see if I can get a radar picture. I saw it earlier.
I was about ready to bring one up. Well, we're supposed to get weather here starting Thursday morning.
Yeah. So it's 37 here and it's supposed to feel like 31, but then it's supposed to warm up overnight, and then we're supposed to get thunderstorms.
31 is warm.
I think it's going to be mostly snow for
That
us.
blue dot is
You.
Dayton. So yeah, you guys got a ways to go. Are you in Virginia or West Virginia, John? I always forget.
I'm in Christiansburg, Virginia.
Virginia, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. I'm in that little western panhandle. It's between West
Okay.
Virginia and North Carolina.
Gotcha.
How far down 81 are you?
How far down or how far up? I don't know how far down. I'm 115.2 miles up.
All right. Well, because 81 through Virginia is one of the longest stretches I've been through. So
Well,
not that it's all highway, but
it's what exit do you get to when you get up past Winchester before you get to Harper's Ferry? What is that?
Hold it for me for a second.
I don't know, but it is long.
I'll just take over for him. It's fine.
Yeah, man, just boot him out.
He's probably going to bed soon anyway.
Danny Boyd says Virginia will soak you for a speeding ticket. Do you know that there, no matter how fast you drive out in Nevada, out in the desert, that a speeding ticket out there is a summons. They don't arrest you. There have been people stopped and released on a regular summons style speeding ticket for doing 140 and 50 miles an hour. And then it just becomes, just a simple. I don't even know. They might even plead them down to civil.
What was that?
I don't know.
Mr. Dallas is calling me, so I'm going to take this and I will get back.
What's
with you.
up, Dallas?
It's not like someone dropped the damn tuning fork.
Yeah.
Like,
God, can you hear Hunter's bibs in the dryer?
yep,
God,
they're all right. It makes me look over at my washer and dryer.
Yeah, it sounds like you put a bag of marbles in there. So.
I was working on a video the other day, and it was in the background of the video. You can hear the doorbells because we got bells over here on the back door,
I'm like,
Yeah.
and we heard the doorbells in the video. And I'm looking over at the door while I'm doing the video because I heard the bells, and I was, thought something was over here ringing the bells. It's like, man, this audio can pick up rather well.
Well, what's weird is I'm trying to turn the volume up on my speaker so I can hear you, but it won't. I was having issues earlier. When I first was getting ready to go on, excuse me, I had no sound again like I usually do. So
Yeah.
Technology.
Yeah. Man, I wish we could go right to spring. I got to keep my motivation up, and with this weather coming, there's not a lot of. Oh, I could always pull that other motor apart, but
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's why I started welding that sheet metal in the bed the other night, because I was like, okay, I'm going out in the garage. I got a little bit of energy. I got some motivation because I was like ignoring the weather, and so I cut a big hunk of metal out of the core or the bedside, and I started welding it. And I'm like, of course, everybody's like, "Where were you at, Dad?" I'm like, "I was in the garage." It's where I hide from everybody, So I figure, if I can go out there once or twice a week, do 2 or 3 hours.
yeah, I've been getting into this winter funk. Well, with deer season kind of jammed me up.
Yeah,
Now the weather's turning for the worse.
I know. Yeah, so we're supposed to get this rainy, stormy crap, and then I think on the weekend we're supposed to get snow. So
Well, ours
I
is
just-
going to be Thursday, Friday,
yeah,
and we're right on the snow rain line. So
you're right by all the lake effect shit comes through, huh?
well, it's just a matter of where if it tracks high or tracks low. We're
Yeah.
right on that line. So
Yeah.
they're
Gotcha.
calling for 20 miles up the road to get 6 to 12, and down here to get 1 to 4. So it's
Yeah.
just a matter of where it tracks.
Yeah, because you are kind of on the side of that ridge, aren't you? On the downside of the ridge.
Now the way the mountains come through here, it splits quite often.
Right.
I mean, like in summertime, you see thunderstorms coming through, and it's like, all right, we're going to get some boomers.
And then
I like a good thunderstorm.
I do too. I'm weird. I know. I get it. Yeah, but
I go out on the front porch and
I'll tell you, I got this awesome picture, and I didn't even know it. I saw it the other day. going through my phone. I was doing shorts. Like I got a damn like 100 subscribers last week, but see if I can
I
find
had it set for 440 JB, but
What's
they're
that?
gone now. Oh, JB's asking if anybody has a set of headers for 2.8.
Man, I wish I did. You know, and what's funny is a very dear friend of mine. He's been passed away for a long time, and he died a young man. Unfortunately, he had a lot of health issues. We built a 2.8 S10, put a cam in it, put headers on it and stuff. And back then, that stuff was pretty easy to come by. And gosh damn, now it just, man, you can't get. If I had the time, JB, I would come down there and cut and bend and weld you a set because it'd probably be easier than.
Trying to find a set now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks. Let's see, where is that picture? I had a really neat picture of this storm when I was working on my pallet shed out back, which you guys saw that when you were here.
Yep.
Now my phone's being retarded, but it was a really neat cloud line that I caught of. Well, we were up on Lake Erie. There was a wicked storm came in, and it got so bad that we had to get inside the camp. Well, actually, it got so bad the tornado alarms went off. We had to go to the bathroom and hide in there. Oh yeah, here it is. Check this out. Let's see. Look at that weird cloud line. It was just rolling in.
I guess.
Yeah, it was wicked.
Defined edge like that.
Yeah, just like, and it was, I mean, literally within like 3 minutes, the sun was shining, you know, and my house faces west. So the sun was shining, and all of a sudden it just, woof, it just rolled in. So,
Honey.
yeah, it is like pulling teeth, JB. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta. I'm going through my old videos making shorts.
Yeah, that's what you need to do, Don. I mean.
Well, I've made a couple. It's like I got one of a groundhog. I did the squirrel there a while back. I found one in my phone of a bobcat when I was out hunting a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Like 9 seconds. You know, get 1,500 hits. It says 5 subscribers, but it only shows 3.
We were in Eastern Ohio last fall camping, and it was the first time I ever saw a bobcat in its habitat.
Right.
And he was, because what it was there was a whole bunch of deer down by this apple tree feeding, and my wife wanted to go down and take pictures, and it was right at dusk. So we were pulling in the campground. The deer didn't give a shit about the truck driving through, so we parked and we started walking over, and then all of a sudden she was like, "Where'd all the deer go?" And I'm like, "Man, something spooked those deer." I didn't have my phone, so I had my flashlight and I shined it in the tall grass, and I saw these 2 eyes, badoop, 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 and he just popped right out. Whoop! And like bobcat here in Ohio have been like extinct pretty much for a long time. And then today, of all days, I saw on am I going to be home? I work Thursday and Friday, but I'll be home.
She was wondering what time the mail comes.
Yeah. The mail usually runs about 9, 10 o'clock. I mean, one of the kids will be here. They'll be able to get it. Yeah.
All right. You'll want to get it in the freezer.
Mm-hmm. Like last time.
Yeah.
And it was fine. It was still almost frozen when I got it.
Yeah, it's a good time of year right now.
Yeah. And I really appreciate you guys sending that stuff. I know, you know, it doesn't go to waste. We eat it. So
we're just making room in the freezer.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I had a bigger box.
Yeah. Like I said, I appreciate the hell out of it. But yeah, somebody will be here. If I have cameras on the front of the house, they'll go off and tell me when something's delivered, and I can call the kids and say, "Hey, bring my stuff in." You know.
Well, if they don't put it in the freezer, just have them put it in the garage or something where it's not.
Yeah, where it's not going to melt, right? But yeah, today I saw that down in southwestern Ohio, down around down around where Danny Boyd is, down around Houston Woods or Miami University, they've actually captured pictures of bobcat down there even. So that's promising, you know.
Well, around here they've been getting it on game cams of mountain lions.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it's rare, but
Yeah.
there's more and more encounters.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're not
They're
used
out there. They're out.
we're not used to big cats here in Ohio, you know, but
We got enough mountains around here; they can get away with it.
mm-hmm.
But at least it's not
Well,
both
over in
the Everglades.
well, we were over in it's like Cambridge, Ohio, almost Pennsylvania. There, like the way you guys would have came. That was the park where you're at. It's called Salt Fork. It's the largest state park in Ohio. That's where I saw the bobcat that I saw. And then the one down in Southwest Ohio, it's pretty good size. That's probably my favorite park in Ohio to go to. We're actually going to be going there. We have a big kids camp out. We usually go and stay at the lodge for a weekend and get retarded in January when it's hella cold. You know? But we have a good time. We get like 4 rooms that are all connected. And
Sounds like a
I-70
good
does
time.
go to Cambridge, yes. Yeah, it's right off I-70. But there's a bobcat down in what is that town down there, Dan? Where Miami University is. He knows where it is. He knows what it is. It's Antioch. Shit, I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, it's College Corner is what they call it, is where that state park is. Excuse me. What is that down there? I can't even think of what it is. Oh, well, nevertheless. But yeah, look, there are a little brown bear. Yeah. Oxford. Thank you, Dan. Yep. He knows where it is.
Little brown bear. We got big black bears.
You got big black bear over there, yeah.
What I hear one was went through the check station. It was 787 pounds.
Lord have mercy.
It's like, how do you get that out of the woods?
And somebody took that thing down?
Yep.
Whoosh.
Hope he had a couple of friends.
Yeah. Yeesh. That's 3/4 of it. That's, you know, almost half a ton. It's like, damn.
Yeah, and if it was on state land, you're not allowed to use 4-wheelers or anything. So
Right, you got to hand drag that dude
hope you
out.
got a good cart. Well, bears are like trying to pull puddle of jello.
Oh, yeah. Big old heavy thing, yeah. Flopping
Well,
and flipping around, yeah.
It's more of a ball. A deer you can drag by the front legs and the neck and
Right, you just, carry it over, right.
drag it. But I got a cart for that now.
Yeah. Little rickshaw.
No, that's a little tandem axle thing that it can climb a 10-inch log.
Really? Okay. That's cool.
Well, it's got 2 wheels on each side, but it pivots in the middle, so it can,
Articulate a
get
little
up to a
bit.
big log. You can literally just grab the back wheel and put it up over the log and
Okay.
paddle. You can just roll the wheels over to upside down, to climb over
Right.
the tree.
Right. Got you.
Still need
Yeah.
some kind of ratchet strap if you're going to be
Oh, yeah.
4-wheeling it like that.
Yeah.
You're on a road, you're okay.
Right. You're on rough terrain, you're going to need something to hold it down. Huh?
That's right. Secured load.
When he wants a box back. All right. Well, I can send it back to you. No biggie.
Just joking. It's just one of those shit. What are they? It's now I can't think like you a minute ago.
Yeah. Brain
You
fart.
get those frozen steaks in the mail or
Oh, like an Omaha steak.
called
the-
styrofoam
Yeah, the thick styrofoam, right? And then they put the dry ice or whatever in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got-
that's what she sent. It's
Yeah.
like my neighbor gets some shit. No big
Yeah.
deal on the.
We have an actual Omaha steak store, like in one of the malls here. I never even knew that until like, oh yeah, it's been there for years. I'm like, well, shit, I would, pool vac box.
Oh, the cardboard box is what she keeps her pool vacuum in.
Oh, okay. The
We'll
robot
find
thingy.
Yeah. We'll find another box for that. No big deal. I mean, cardboard boxes are a dime a dozen,
Especially this time of year, dude. There it is.
right?
It's almost to the ceiling, like right here behind my monitor, like right there. It's crazy. It's just, grandbaby stuff. We don't hardly buy anything for anybody else, but yeah. That's the way it is. But well, we are at the 10 o'clock hour, which is time for me to go to bed. Unfortunately, that's what she wants back is the pull back box. I can send it back. I'm not. It's fine.
It's not a big deal. Yeah, send an empty box and see how destroyed it is by the time it gets.
Yeah. I'll just fill it up with some phone. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's in this
Completely
thing?
empty.
It's a box full of sailboat fuel.
Yeah. Oh, God, let's go ahead and put your top.
Out in Inglewood, Clayton. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate everybody stopping by. We'll do this again next week before Christmas. I thought I had a ticker running that would. Oh, it would be right there. But I said I'm feeling better. Sorry I had to take those 2 weeks off. I just felt like total shit. But what's up here? Oh, that's mine. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Don, Wendy, Dan, everybody that always hangs out with me, has from the beginning to the end. JB, everybody, anybody else that's in here, I don't know. We're kind of dropping them like flies, I think.
Yeah, we're going to go find an after party.
Yeah, there's probably one somewhere. So,
10
yeah,
o'clock. It's,
everybody have a good week. Hopefully, this weather doesn't get too crazy on us. Everybody's forecasting some big thunderstorm outbreak.
I gotta do a blower motor in the morning.
Oh, okay.
This crap on Thursday.
Yeah.
Grampsy's the motor don't blow, so if you got a defrost, he's in a severe disadvantage right now.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Got to take care of them. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody, and we'll do this again next week. So,
right.
Everybody get out there and fix something. We'll show